So your Enphase app says warning, grid status unknown. I'm going to tell you what that means and how to fix it. I'm Jason with Florida Solar Design Group, and I've been doing Enphase system installations for many years. I have seen just about everything, and the Enphase app is a fantastic way to monitor and diagnose issues with your system. If you have the Enphase Encharge 10 batteries with the system controller 2, you might be seeing an error in your app that says warning, grid status unknown. This older generation of batteries is well known for having issues with communications between the different devices in the system. The Gateway device communicates with the batteries and the system controller via a Zigbee Wireless USB stick, and that wireless communication protocol isn't quite as reliable as we'd like it to be. The new generation of Enphase battery has a wired communication protocol that solves this. But what do we do with the older battery systems that have these communication issues? Well, there's some tips and tricks that I'm going to give you to try and solve the problem on your own and offer you the opportunity to call Enphase if you can't get it going by yourself. First, let's look at the app. In the upper left of the status screen, you'll see a warning indicator with the grid status unknown. If you tap on the warning, it tells you that the battery is not reporting. But what's really going on here is all of the devices in the system are not reporting to the Gateway device. This is what the Gateway device looks like, but it might be located somewhere else, like in a junction box. If you jump to the Energy tab, it looks like your solar production and consumption are normal, but there's no battery information indicated. On the Array tab, all your solar panels will probably be working. If you go into the menu, and then System and Devices, you'll see that there's a battery error, system controller error, and if you have load controllers, there may be a load control error, but that's handled through the system controller. You can tap on battery or system controller for more information. These errors don't indicate something wrong with your system necessarily, other than a communication problem. However, communication errors may cause system functionality issues, so it's important to get this resolved as quickly as possible. What you'll want to do is locate your IQ combiner, open it up, and see what kind of USB stick you have in it. Now, the little green USB stick is actually inside of the black box when it comes from the factory. We remove that green stick from the black box usually and plug it directly into the USB port, but you might have one or the other. The first step is remove the USB dongle from the USB port on the Gateway. Give it about 15 seconds and then plug it back in. You'll have to wait for quite a while for the app to catch up and everything to sync up again, and hopefully in the app it will just fix the problem right then and there. If that doesn't solve the problem, the next step is to power cycle the Gateway device. So find the circuit breaker that powers the Gateway device, turn it off, give it about 2 minutes this time, and then turn the Gateway back on. You'll see some red lights, it will reboot, and when it comes back, it's going to take a while, and everything should sync up and your app should go back to normal. If it doesn't, the next step is call Enphase. Enphase customer service can tunnel into your Gateway device and see what's going on. They're going to find out that the USB stick is not even being recognized by the Gateway, or it may just be that the devices are not communicating with the USB stick. So they can reset the communications, they can reset the Gateway remotely. There's a lot of things that they can do remotely to try and get things to work again. And oftentimes, if you push hard enough, you might be able to get the situation escalated to another department. If we have to come out to look at your system, we're going to go through essentially the same process. We're going to unplug things, plug them back in, use our installer toolkit to reprovision devices to your Gateway, and call Enphase, get them involved, let them tunnel into your Gateway device. Essentially, we're just going to be turning things on and off and see if it comes back. And sometimes the reprovisioning task is what's necessary. So it's not always quite as simple as just unplugging the USB dongle and plugging it back in, but a lot of times that will solve the problem.